Hey, welcome back to
Hi,
Two Kims.
one pod.
I am your first Kim, Unji Kim,
And I'm Peter Kim. Thanks for coming back.
and we are the only Kims, and this is the only podcast left on the internet.
That's right.
Welcome back. I just wanted to touch upon something we talked about a little bit in the last episode, but so my son recently got in big trouble. My parents felt a way about it, both not just my mom, but my father as well.
Mm.
And what was interesting to me is to be disappointed in my parents in the same way, but new.
Ooh.
You're like, like it's like all the ways in which, if you look back
Uh-huh.
and as a child, it's not like you were disappointed in your parents. You were more like upset or really like wistful and you wanted them to understand you more or you know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? It wasn't so much of like a disappointment. You were
Right.
there's like such an active angry.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like, but they're I'm being disappointed by them in the same way, but I guess maybe it's the disappointment that's new because
Yeah.
like as an adult, I'm like, oh, still?
Yeah. Like, you haven't grown. You haven't progressed.
You haven't and also it's like
Yeah.
it's almost a regression.
Yeah. Yeah. I see that happening with my mom.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
not even because you're not even it's not that you're not even keeping up with the times, but you're not even acting your age,
Mm. So
you
what
know?
happened?
So my son took an obscene amount of money to school to flex on his friends. Again,
Uh-huh.
this flexing on friends, really psychotic.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I would have done a similar thing, I think, if I had a piggy bank full of money
You would have taken it to school, like,
and shown people, like, look at my
yes,
money. I think so. I mean, how old is your kid?
9.
Kind of. I mean, I don't see it as that crazy. It's similar as like taking like a Game Boy to school and be like, look at what I got for Christmas. Like, how is that different, really?
I mean, I guess in my mind, you know what, Peter? It's because I never had anything to take to school.
This is where your anger stems from, your poverty. But like, uh,
You're right.
okay,
Like
let's
it's really
back
it.
it up. No matter what he did, he could have like socked a kid in the face, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I think what your point is, and what I think should be the right way to deal with this is
Hmm.
for you as the parent to be like, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
are you crazy? Go to your room. You're grounded. No, math camp or whatever he's
Yeah.
into,
Yeah.
right? So, and then your your mom and dad be like, I go, like, and have the wisdom, and then come in and hug them and
And yell at me.
give them a little money,
Yes.
and
Yes.
be like, like, don't worry about your
Yeah. Yeah.
mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then for them to come to you and be like, hey, like, I get you're angry, but try not to be like, like,
애한테 이러면
this
안
is a certain
된다고. Yes.
age.
Yes. Yes.
He's 9 years old, like
Yeah.
when you were 9, blah blah. Try to be the better, more understanding component.
To possess wisdom inside of
Just
this
a
moment,
little bit patience,
perspective. You know what I
perspective, zoom
like
out.
to be able to bestow that onto me,
Right.
right? To
To
continue
be some an example for you, to give example to him.
to be
Uh,
like still yet a parent,
correct.
right? Just at a different age,
Correct. But
right?
what you're finding out is that they are not parenting, and they've never parented.
And that they're actually now yelling at me and my son
Yes.
like it was yesterday.
That's crazy town.
It's crazy town. Like when I
For
tell you,
grandparents to be upset at a grandchild?
뚜렷해 맞을 것 같았단 말이야. Like
Really?
for real. Yeah. I put my body in
Why
between.
are they even engaged? I don't understand that at all. That pisses me off. Like, why are you even upset? This isn't your child. You have a different house to live in.
I
This isn't
insisted.
this isn't your roof. Why are you involved in this business?
Hmm.
That's so crazy to me.
Yes.
That just
Like
tells me that they have nothing else to do.
nothing
They
else
have
to do.
no other life.
like 아침에 일어나지고 like when she came, she was like, 너 아버지하고 나 그냥 잠도 못 잤단 말이야. 이렇게 섭섭해서. 어떤
Why?
they couldn't sleep. They lost sleep over this. And like,
That's crazy.
dude, it really that's the other part of it. It's like how triggering it was for me to hear her talking about this, where she was like, oh, he's going and hanging out with his friends. You guys have to be there and pick him up right away. Like the strictness of my
No,
mother,
no, no
I
way.
really forgot.
No
For a
way.
second, I forgot. And it was this. This is the reason why I always lied because my
You have
mom,
to learn the Korean
yes.
phrase, none of your business.
Is that,
Okay?
is there,
상관하지 마.
oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Sure. 상관하지 마.
Or this is even better. She might slap you in the face if you say this, but
Uh,
it will really come through. I th- I've never said it to my mom, but at a certain point I might. She never really gets involved. As you know, she's distant.
yeah.
This will really shock and kill her if you say this, but this is what I would say to someone if they were in my business, in my kid's business like this,
Yes.
so emotionally involved. I'd be like, 너나 잘해.
No,
야, 너나 잘해.
I would
But
never.
you
I
can't
wouldn't even
say
say that.
야. You can't say
Yeah.
야 to your mom because she will kill you. But like
Yes.
존댓말, uh,
You can't say that with 존댓말.
yes, you can. Uh, you could be sarcastic about 사모님이나 잘하세요.
사모님은 잘하세요. No. That's so mean.
It's mean, but
That's like something as like a villain in a K drama would say,
yeah,
like to their to like their
사모님이나
mother-in-law.
잘하세요.
Yeah, like their mother-in-law, you know.
But that's crazy. Number one, the
Mhm.
fact that they think they can talk to you and your child that way
Mhm.
is nuts.
It was so trigger. But like I just like being out of the house for such a long time, I did forget how strict my mom was. Like that's really what was coming through. I was like, right, this is why. This is why I always had to lie because my mom
Yeah,
wouldn't let me wear or go or do anything
right,
that was outside of the house.
right.
So that's why I did so many activities because that was the only way that she let me leave the
Out of the
house.
house. Yeah, you found the loophole.
I mean,
Yeah,
truly, that's why. And
yeah,
but hearing her talk about it
yeah.
in 2025 like that,
Wow,
which was
wow.
crazy when I was a kid,
Yeah,
right? It was crazy when I was a kid. Even like my all my Korean cousins were like, this is
she's
crazy.
nuts. Yeah, I mean, you recently talked about how you went back to Korea and they were like, she's crazy.
Crazy.
So do you feel vindicated in how you felt your entire life? Meaning that you might not be as crazy as you think?
Um, yeah, I do. Certainly. But is that like for me a little bit too late for me to like really kind of turn that boat around, honestly?
I don't know. I don't know. I think this thing with your child is the perfect chance for you to turn it around.
Is it crazy? It was like
For
I
you
was
I
really
think you
surprised.
really, I'm sorry, I don't want to tell you what to do with your
Yeah.
mom, but you need to draw a boundary that is clearer than this because that is not okay.
Yeah, I mean, so this is where it ended. It was me being like, you don't have to be this person.
Yeah,
There's enough people in his life telling him what he's doing wrong,
right.
right? It's like it's actually something that I've had to learn as like a teacher to be better with because I teach almost the way I parent, which is like
Oh no.
I know. So I've learned. It's really
Oh
going it's
no.
like it was funny. Like a friend of ours recently watched me like handling and directing this show and she was really like surprised at how generous I was with some
Mm,
things and I was like, yeah, that's new.
I got some feedback.
And like, it truly like so I am learning to wrap things up not simply as criticism or only
Correct.
feedback, but also wrapping up in like, but you've done all these things well. I'm
Correct.
acknowledging that stuff.
Yeah.
And
Some people
it's
call it a shit sandwich, but it's necessary because we only remember the bad.
yes,
So if someone isn't remembering the good, this person is going to turn around and behave this way to someone else.
this is what I'm saying.
Correct.
And like, and especially if you're predisposed to being self-critical already or like very sensitive to criticism,
Mhm.
it's hard to parent that, right? If you're especially like if a child is particularly sensitive or defensive. Like I was trying to explain to my mom, I was like, me, I could come out of school and you could tell me all the things I did wrong. I would take that in, swallow it, and say, like, I did those things wrong, but I would fix it so you didn't see that shit later.
Mhm.
Right? It was like for me, it was like challenge. Let's go. Like I'm gonna get an A on this.
Mhm.
But some people, that like that is something that they've never had to experience. They've never had received so much negative feedback in their life all at once. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not meted out. It's like, oh, actually, let me tell you everything you've ever done wrong, and I can see it right now. You're gonna actually, aren't you grateful? I'm telling you, because you've been out here looking so embarrassing,
Right.
And so it is something that I'm like learning. So I was telling my mom, I was like, just be the positive person in his
Right.
life.
Provide that balance.
Provide that.
How did she hear that? Or did she?
How could I do that? She was at a loss.
It's not within me.
Like 그 말이야.
Wow.
Like for real. Like when it was like the very similar to when my father had diabetes and I was trying to get them to like curtail their rice intake. And so, which is sugar, carbs, or whatever. And so my mom was like, I was having them make nutritious and healthy smoothies and stuff. And so my mom started making the smoothie.
Mhm.
This is how she started describing to me. I make a smoothie in the morning. What she would put in there is grapes, tomato, cabbage, tubu.
What? This is a shake
This is a shake that she's making, right?
to drink?
To drink.
Okay.
Uh, apple, a
Okay.
carrot,
Okay.
and then I'm like, okay, that's okay, fine. Spinach.
Okay.
And then she goes, and then at the end, like, I just put in a little scoop of rice.
What?
And she says it to me like as if putting it at the end and doing like it really
A
fast.
little
It's
fast.
just a little
Yeah,
bit.
is enough. Wait, so she needs rice so much she's willing to drink rice?
I literally was like,
What the
that's
fuck is the
I
point?
I literally was like, what are you talking? Like that's the whole point of the smoothie, like to
Yeah, to
have.
cut the rice out.
And then this is the same thing. She's like, well, then what am I supposed to eat?
You're not eating anyway. You're drinking,
She
hon.
but it does not compute.
Right. If
It
rice does
does.
is not included, it's not a meal.
It's like when I told her I was a vegetarian, she was like, okay, that's fine. We'll just do chicken. And it's like, no,
Right.
that's
Right. 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 Right.
okay, we'll just do fish. And it's like,
Is she?
does
They? Yeah.
does not compute. Like
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
like they're very also deeply 시골 사람, right? Like
Right.
they're
Right.
very, very country and poor and here in a way that they've
And
really
introverts.
and not
Yeah.
having really haven't experienced
And tend to burn
six,
bridges. Right.
you know?
I mean, that's all signs of narcissism, like that's really all like
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
it comes down to like me, this is about me and
yeah,
I'm the victim, I'm being punished, I'm struggling.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was very strange to be disappointed in the same way, but like in this new context, I
Yeah.
guess, like kind of where,
Yeah.
like, again, I knew all of this about them, but
Right, but to see it happen to your child is different.
it's
Like
different.
I would be livid.
It was
I
insane.
would be
I was
livid.
insane. I lost my mind a little bit. So, like,
Maybe, wait,
yeah,
may I posit something?
please.
What if this is the universe's way or God's way or whatever, Yahweh's,
Uh-huh.
um,
Your way.
your way, my way, the highway. Um, no, this is like God's way of showing you how to be a parent. Meaning that until your mom and dad pass,
hmm
They will not change, and this we know.
Yes, they want that.
So if your children have two versions of your parents,
Yeah.
they will become killers. So if your parents can't be the positive one,
Hmm.
then maybe you have to change.
Yeah.
Because it has to equal zero, the algebra.
Yeah.
It
Things
has
need
to
to
net
cancel out.
out.
Right, right, yeah.
And then when they pass, you could turn and become like a raging maniac. But maybe that is like a sign of like, hey, there's too much of this dark energy in one house.
Peter, do you want to know what their solve was for this? Their solve was that they would stop being involved in his life.
This is crazy.
I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, we'll just stop dealing with him.
Yeah.
I'll still come for
Evie.
Evie.
Yeah, until she pisses us off and then it's game over for us. I mean, you have to be ready for that to happen.
Oh,
It sounds like your parents are like very ikijogi and like,
yes,
yeah,
yes, for very much so. So,
yeah,
like, basically, at 5, when they start having their own attitudes and start going to school, it's over.
it's over. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
So, like, it's,
It's either I control you or you're nothing to me.
and that's the reason why especially in school, like, and you know this, like, deeply people pleasing because,
Yeah,
we are both coming from places where the love felt so conditional,
correct.
right? So,
Yeah,
we're trying to meet those conditions.
right. So that we don't get fucked up. We're just trying to survive.
You know what I mean? And so, like, that's why we have this reaction to, like, in school and, like, but my son doesn't have that because
Mhm.
he feels loved.
Right. That's great.
So he's just like, this is like so fucked up.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
But so that does give me some solace, like his sort of accurate assessment of it being insane.
Good. Yes. We're
Um,
we're all reading the room correctly.
correct. Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Except
Her.
for them.
Yeah.
And then the oldest people in the room,
Right.
the people with supposedly the most wisdom, like all of it. It's like so insane.
Right.
But though I
That's such
did
a sadness to like understand that your parents are just so
toxic.
disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and I literally, this is me being a little mute. I was just like telling my mom, I was like, why are you listening to dad about, like, why are you listening to Appa at all about this?
Yeah.
Like, a man who has burned every bridge
Yeah. Has no money or friends.
and no
Sounds like you guys are
family.
jealous. He has family, friends, and a bunch of money, and he's flexing. Sounds like you're fucking jealous, bitch. 너나
No,
잘해.
oh my God. Oh, no, no, no. That's crazy, Peter. I never would have even thought about that.
They are jealous, bro. Think about it. How could they
It's
not be?
they're just so afraid, right? This is like some of
They're in
it
trauma
where,
mode.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Like, this is, I think, so much of my understanding of, like, the world. It's like kind of why I was always so scared of things, like possibilities. It's because I was always doing this math as well.
Right.
And to your point, when you say that it does need to net out at zero, I do think that because I grew up like that. And you know what, Peter, I'll be honest, like, in this moment, I totally forgot that that was sort of part of my upbringing. Like, I wouldn't, if someone were to ask me about my childhood, I would not have called it sheltered,
Mm.
because
Mhm.
I was getting a lot of blows inside the house, like inside the shelter.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
did not, I would never have thought that. But I did grow up very, like, they were very, very strict.
Yeah.
So I think, like, some of that way I sort of rectifying that past sin is by, like, encouraging him to fail and telling him that it's okay and making him feel like he has agency in the world even though it is unsafe.
Mhm.
um yeah, I'm not encouraging him to be reckless, but I'm not telling him to be
To be afraid
afraid.
of things. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That
So
doesn't
like
do anything.
no at all.
No.
So but yes, you're right. Like this is sort of a sign. I mean, I feel like it's always sort of been my like North Star here where I'm kind of like not that I'm
Not
trying
yeah, you're like not that. I'm doing the opposite of
to
that.
yes. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm like, oh, that does not feel good. I mean,
Yeah.
ultimately, it's not that I'm doing everything the opposite, but a lot of it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's just like it is like the care and obsessiveness. I think I cannot let go and relinquish,
Okay.
um,
Yeah.
but he does feel cared for and safe as a result.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of it,
Mm-hmm.
I will say that like, you know, it being a sign for sure. I really was surprised
Mm.
by how crazy
They got.
they got. Because like you know what? Because how about this? Up until this moment, I was actually meeting a new version of them, right? Because they, as
Mm.
grandparents, were very kind, very helpful, very much, you know. But then meeting my mom again and not hire me,
Mm. Interesting.
you know, was like, oh,
You saw her revert.
like she
Ooh.
like turned around like scary movie
Yeah.
style, like Chucky, like you know,
Yeah.
it was always her.
So
Um,
you had a little PTSD.
yes,
Yeah.
really, really,
Yeah.
like you know,
Which made you what, freeze to that age again?
ye- it's hard when you know when you get that with when your mom stays with you for a long time, where there's a part of you like you start to feel that younger version of you
The
and
role
all
again. Uh-huh.
and like also like you start to feel the deficits
Mm-hmm.
in the relationship and in the love
Mm-hmm.
more acutely, I feel like.
Correct.
You know, like whereas like the rest of our adult life, we've been filling those holes. We're like
Yeah.
becoming normal, functional people. We're trying to become whole.
Yeah.
And
And you feel
when
so partial and conditional when you're around them. Yeah.
like it's like a certain like it's
It
enough time. Because you know,
yeah.
when you're just interacting with there's just dinner, it's a couple of days, you still like kind of able to
Yeah.
be yourself, but it's like the day 4 or 5.
Yes. It starts to wear down. You forget that you have all this armor and whatever. Your lessons learned. You revert back.
Yes.
And you constantly see if you are not if you're like Korean American like us or immigrant kids, you're probably in a similar place where you have done the work but your parents haven't.
No.
So you keep trying to move forward and create boundaries and create a better you, and for some of you like Unji, for your kids and progeny. And my when I meet my mom, she hasn't done much of the work, so I get pulled right back. And when you get pulled back, you feel like you don't have all those resources again and your like confidence, and you fall back into those grooves. And what I'm realizing in my 40s now is that when I do, and I will, there's no like ifs about being pulled back into that, because that's just your first dynamic. So like
Yeah.
there's no other, so like everything else is a version of that, right? Or like an anti version of that. You're like trying to, like you said, fill within yourself. So what I'm it's a sad thing if you think about it too long, but what I've been doing is mourning that person and then radically accepting this person.
That's sort of where I am. So when you were asking if
Yeah.
it was traumatic, it wasn't so traumatic. It's that sort of mourning, right?
That's that disappointment you're feeling
yes, like
of
when I,
like, oh, I have to let go of someone that can be better.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you know, like when I see and feel all that stuff so acutely in myself, it's not like trauma. It's more like even because we're so old now, we do have that perspective,
Yeah.
like to recognize, oh, that's sucks.
Yeah.
You know, like oh
Yeah.
man, like you know,
It's because we spent so much time trying to rectify that the knowledge of understanding there is no rectifying.
mhm.
That's the disappointment.
That
That's the
like
it
this
sucks.
that it's just like that there's it's a it, it is DOA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like there's no it's not even in a coma. There is no hope for brain function. It's
No.
there was
Yeah.
the brain was deprived of oxygen for too long. Even if you do wake up, it's you're never going to be the same. Like
Yeah.
it's not that even. Like
Yeah.
you're done.
You're done.
And
Yeah.
so that sort of
That's hard.
and to learn that and to return to that grief time and time again,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Because you keep
That's
forgetting. You keep forgetting that they are not capable of meeting you.
because you have to have
You have
optimism.
hope. Yeah, exactly.
That's how you
Yeah.
wake up in the morning. That's how this is all like
I
possible. This
know.
is, I mean, so even as a self, like a matter of like survival and self-preservation for yourself, you do need to remain positive. So that means that this cycle will happen
Until
time
they
and time.
yeah, until they pass. Yeah. It
And
will.
even then, maybe it'll happen again in some way when you have to interact with that version of yourself again.
Mm. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
even if it's like a memory or something triggers that sort of dynamic in you.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's, it will always happen. So that part of it is as I get older, I think um it's not that it's harder. I think it's just that it's becomes more and more rare.
Mm.
So that when it pops up, it feels more like a
Here we go again.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
like
yeah.
jury duty. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like okay, I
Uh-huh.
get. I mean, I
It's
like
tax day
yeah,
again. Yeah.
and
Well,
it's
maybe
that's
that's
it.
how we should think about it. It's an emotional tax we pay for being brought into the world,
Yes.
and it's just
Yes.
squirrel it away, squirrel that little emotional thing away so that when tax day happens, you're like, here, bitch, take it. You know, like that's, I guess I think about it that way with my mom is that like, it's the, not opposite, but it's different than yours where I want her attention and love and
Hmm.
closeness, but she doesn't like it. She's like, no, I don't want to give it to you.
Now,
I want to critique you, but I don't want to like be intimate.
I will say that like, that has for me when I entered motherhood, for me, that dynamic would have been hashtag goals, right?
Mm.
Like it's like to be like kind of cool and like detached and sort of like, how like white waspy people are like that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
Like,
know?
oh, they squirt the baby out and they're like, oh, I got to go play tennis. Yeah, that was my mom. Her like social. Do you
Mhm.
know Salt Lake City, the Housewives?
I do not know all of them, but I have actively engaged in the content created by like the commentary on TikTok.
So there's one member. She's a friend of. Her name is Brittany Bateman. She's
Hmm.
like cuckoo cuckoo,
Yes.
dating one of the Osmonds, and she
That those teeth I did not realize were
uh
genetic.
completely
It's crazy.
crazy, amazing teeth.
Crazy. Like not been like all of them have been
Not a
psychotic.
British strain of DNA
It's
in their
it's truly
body.
the new world. They're like
Yeah,
those teeth are the tomatoes. You know what I mean? That's new
yeah, yeah.
world only.
Those are the golden plates
Yeah.
transferred by Joseph Smith himself. But she's a friend of, and her story is so funny because funny and sad because she famously left her kids to chase a man. And
Wait, kids,
yeah, I think two daughters or something. And the daughters do not speak to her because of this, because they've been abandoned by her. And that
because you did.
she did. And in
Yeah.
this in the last episode last week, they have a talk of like, okay, so it's been a while. And she's like, yeah, how are you? And she's looking at them like, I know you're my kids, but there's like a distance
Yeah.
because she's so obsessed with being validated through dick and men
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
like her having a kid is and raising kids and being a mom is connected to being a wife. So like if you're not a wife, then oh, I'm not a mom either. Like you know what I mean? You could see that she's disconnected like that. And
Right.
she's only a mom because it served the man to be a mom to these kids. You know what I mean? So like
Wow, I could not imagine like the idea of centering
men.
men.
And you should see her like she's on this yacht. They go on like a promo thing where they like double up with below deck, and they're
That's exciting.
super fun episode.
Yeah.
And she's just like flirting with every man, touching every man's arm and blah blah. And I'm like, this is so sick and like
Hmm.
gross to watch this if you're her child. Because
Yes.
instead of spending time with you, you're out here groping men. But what it did for me was this is my mom. But instead of men, she's groping fucking machines, slot machines,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
slinging on the slots, and that's what 미친 거야, 완전.
Yeah, yeah.
남자에 미친 거야, this 여자. But
Hmm.
like my mom, like 도박에 미친 거야, right? And
Wow.
that seeing that was like so saddening to me. And it's not just like 도박 because she's
Yeah.
not an addict that way, but like
Fun.
fun. Like she'd rather be hanging out with her girls
Hmm.
than hanging out with us. Like when we were being raised, my mom, we were the social house. We were like bagger, bagger, bagger. Everyone was over our house, and
Yeah.
she hosted every weekend. So there was never a weekend where she just like hung out with her kids.
Right.
Like it was always like someone was coming over to drink and like 고기 굽자 and blah
Yeah,
blah.
yeah.
And it was like maybe like opposite of what your family wanted, but my family always wanted a bunch of her friends over.
Yeah.
And we were just part of the family. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
we were not her children. We were her children, but her what she wanted was friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Like
I
she
mean, do you
wanted to be
think
around her friends. And if we like were somehow like cool to be around that, then great. You could be here too. But like, and I'm your mother, so I'm gonna make sure you're alive and 공부 잘해 and blah, blah all
yeah,
that kind of stuff. But like,
sure.
there's definitely a distance my mom raised us with, where like it was clear she wanted to be somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I, can I ask, like, at least even with the Britney lady,
Yeah.
like with men, right? There's must be a specific hole that she is filling,
Right.
right? Because ultimately everything is filling a hole, right?
Yeah.
Like your love with your family is filling up like a psychic soul hole, right?
Yeah.
That all of us are born with, and that feels like the reason why one, it's like the most socially acceptable way to fill that hole,
Yeah.
sure, but also I would argue that it's the most fulfilling way and the
Yeah.
most like it's the most fulfilling way, most gratifying way, and it's also the most like
Hmm.
enriching way to do that, safest, all of it. Like the ROI
Yeah.
on that, investing in that sort of whole fill is
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
versus almost everything else.
Yeah.
Right? Money, got like anything.
Yeah.
Family is almost the best return on that investment. When people choose these other things, it's like clear that there was another type of hole that they feel compelled to have to fill,
Right.
right? So that's why they seek this out.
Yeah.
What do you think it is with fun? Because my dad was like this too. That's why he didn't come home. He was like always out.
I
He
think my
also,
mom really wanted to be like out, social,
mhm.
out, drinking,
Yeah,
partying. She just really wanted to be like socializing. Like she wasn't ever drinking alone.
sure.
She wasn't like out by herself. Like she was out with her girlfriends,
Hmm.
coworkers.
Sure.
It was also always 남자 and 여자. Like
Yeah.
she was always like the leader.
Hmm.
Like she
I
had
see.
that
I know who this lady is. Yes.
Yeah, she's like the hostess with the
Hmm.
mostess,
Yes.
and she's like the Kathy Hilton, if you will, but with
Yeah.
no money. Like
I
that's
can see
she loves her house like full with
I know this
people.
Ajima. I know her eyebrows. I can see
Yes,
exact.
tattooed. Yeah,
That's absolutely.
yeah.
I know this. Um,
Like what
for
hole is that
because
she
my
was trying to
dad is like
fill?
this too.
Maybe she felt like she feels like she has to like be a safe place for people.
Hmm.
Like she has to provide a space, like because she felt like she wasn't like provided a space, or she's like close with her family, but like she's such a smart, independent, like driven woman that she needs to be like in charge of something. Like she's always like in charge of something, like leading something,
Right.
whether it is a night of girls hanging out and drinking. They got surget, like
Yeah.
she needs to be like the leading charge of something. And I think with our family, she did that stuff with us, but it was more like she wanted to be like cool, I guess.
I mean, for me, when I think about my dad, because I don't, if like my dad was not cool necessarily, but he did chase this fun. And absolutely alcohol and like hanging out was a part of it. But as a like
But
man's,
alone, or did he have friends?
oh, tons of friends, but he was never in the house. He
Oh,
never brought it home, right? We
uh-huh,
did sometimes have people come over. Like we had like like keton,
uh-huh.
like th those things. We had a big group of people like that, right? Especially when I was younger and my dad was like a little more spry, I guess. And like his business had not beaten him up.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the reason why he sought out the fun was because he, from young, always had a ton of responsibility,
Mm,
right? Like he was the oldest brother here. Like he was the one sending money to everybody. He was that
mm,
guy.
mm.
And so I think some of it was that whole, like he never got to
Be young.
be young,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So like he got to have fun. And so even as an adult, like it was like kind of important for him. Also,
Yeah.
he's like 성격이 그냥 like he likes that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Age
Yeah.
just changed him a little bit, especially with my mom and like because he can't drink anymore. But that's absolutely, it was like he was looking for that because it was like fun. He
So
never had
robbed
fun.
of him when he was young.
I
Yeah.
mean, he was, living by himself, like, 11, like I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So for him, that was certainly a part of it. I also think like what you were saying, where it's like when things are not going well in with your either you don't love uh your house, right? He didn't, like you don't think your wife is that fun or that
Hmm.
great. You don't love like what's happening in your life career wise.
Hmm.
Then
You're
this is
you're
it.
escaping.
You're
Yeah.
escaping a little bit,
Yeah.
right? Like that was certainly a part of it as well. I just think that now he doesn't know how else to fill that hole. And so it's just empty.
Oh. Oh no. Why
Yeah.
he quit drinking? He quit going out. He quit all that. Oh wow.
Yeah. Like very suddenly. Like this is what like is scary about him. Like my father smoked cigarettes heavily
Hmm.
from the time he was like 11, right? Till he was 63.
Wow.
Quit
Any cold turkey?
cold turkeyed.
Why was there a scare, or he just like
Yeah, he
was
had a
like,
stroke.
oh, okay, that'll do it.
But still, like it was just like, you know what I mean? I know plenty of people that have had very serious health scares that cannot stop,
Kick it. Yeah.
can't kick it. But like,
Kudos to him.
but it's like that's what's scary. He's just like quits, done, dead to me.
Yeah.
Next. It's that instinct. So I think that's just scary. But yeah, I think is that I to wrap this all up in this like kind of sad way. um, I will say that like I do think ultimately that this is certainly one of those moments where I'm like taking stock of what I want the relationship to continue to be,
Yeah.
because they're never going to change. I do think, are you in therapy right now? No, right?
No, I need to get back in.
I do think that I have to do something with this because it was like there's I think a better way for us for me to like particularly for myself in particular to like move through these moments
Mm,
that maybe that won't cause as much harm to my relationship with my parents.
yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always a good idea.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's how we're gonna end this one. Thank you guys so much. Go out and if you probably if you're listening to this, you already missed Peter's taping at Brooklyn Comedy Collective in
Yeah.
November, but you really missed it, or if you made it, you had a great time.
Yeah, thank you so
Uh,
much for coming. Appreciate it. And for those of you who didn't make it, it'll be available someday soon. All right, bye.
Bye.